So
We always have
Just keep
issues
going.
we're counting.
hold on. This is how it works.
Wait, did we even how
I usually
are
get
we
confused at
doing the
7.
intro?
Yes,
Luís is
exactly.
trying to
That's what I'm
explain
trying
that.
to explain.
Everyone
So I
shut up.
start off. Guys, come on.
No,
Listen.
no,
Uh,
no.
It's serious, Vic. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Shifty Key Podcast, episode 21. We're old enough to drink, yay!
Woo!
Except,
Yay.
well,
Some of us
I don't know
aren't.
if we drink. Anyway, so I'm Luís, aka Spartan Slot, and today we have.
Me, Vic, I'm back. I'm not dead. Woo!
Much to the dismay of all of us.
You barely
TJ.
know me, bitch.
TJ 1023. I'm fine.
Nick Guns,
Nobody
aka YOLO Swaggins, best name ever.
And I am SwiftC. My actual name is Chris.
Is it
He has a real name. Good.
I
This
do.
is good.
I do. I have friends who
That's
named me
disappointing.
and love me sometimes.
That's good. That's very good.
Not all the time, though.
No, not at all. Definitely not. Not right now. My mother just walked by and was like, "Why the fuck are you downstairs? Why do you have a headphone on? You're not using the mic, and you've got a giant microphone in your face, and you're talking to nothing." She doesn't understand. She
You're just
basically
talking
just
to your
looked.
computer. You're a
Yeah,
computer
basically, I'm talking to
whisperer.
my computer. She said I'm talking to like I'm in some sort of satanic ritual right now.
Yep.
Who told you?
This is exactly what this is.
I
Oh,
assume
guys,
so.
We've
That's
been
why I thought I'd
made.
be a good fit.
Alicia didn't question herself as to why she had you. At least
No,
not
she
now.
asked why I hadn't moved out yet.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay, so I have my mother telling me I need better friends, and then we have your mother who's telling you to move out. I think we have
The
some
funny thing is,
issues
she's the nice parent.
of the two.
Yeah. Well, the other one's a pedophile, so that's really it's not really much of a
well, that's-
competition.
What? Wait.
I'm starting to think politics and religion sounds pretty good to you guys right now.
Yeah, yep.
Wait, seriously? What?
No, not seriously. He's just sleeping with somebody my age.
How old are you?
What?
I am 18.
That's creepy.
Oh, gee, you think?
Well, it is legal in some countries.
It's
It's legal in
legal
the US.
here. It's been quite an interesting few months here at home.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
I love how this turned into a
Be your
therapy session for
sister.
me so quickly.
Wow.
I can fire mine and just come record with you guys once a week.
Do it.
Jump right in with the pedophilia.
Oh my, like, what? This is shit you only hear in like, in soap
Although-
operas. Like, you don't. Oh my god,
Oh, my life is a soap opera.
you're
You
taking
just
it
broke
so
Vic.
well. You're taking it so well.
Well, you know the funny thing is my father is nothing compared to my grandparents, one of whom lived with us for a while.
Here's what you need to do.
God.
You need to keep a diary for about 5 years and then release it, say, a
I need
century later.
I need to write
Write
a
a book.
I need to write a self-help book, which basically which is 10 chapters of me explaining why my life is horrible and my family's screwed up, and then one chapter of saying, "See, your life isn't so bad. Feel better."
I like it.
That's my
that-
self-help advice.
Is that the only sentence in that chapter?
Pretty much. That's it. It's the epilogue.
Could you just like switch
It's like
authors with that,
chapter's
make
name,
one of the
C?
authors Lindsay Lohan?
Basically, we could co-write it.
That's actually who's devastating.
Oh, Jesus
Well, plot
Christ.
twist.
No, I wish, because then I'd be a lot wealthier.
That's true. Maybe.
I don't know, unless she spent all of her money on heroin or whatever.
Hey, Dad,
What
where's
are
the
the
sugar
She's crack.
packets right next
yeah?
to the
What
cocaine?
no? Yeah, what are the rich people drugs? Cocaine, heroin.
Crack.
Yeah, crack. Cocaine, heroin, and crack. The rich people drugs.
Pixie dust.
I don't even
What
know.
the heck?
I don't know
None of
what that
blue
is.
Walter White meth.
It just sounds sexual.
Like a sex thing. Like, hey, baby, want a pixie drug? And then you just, I don't know, snot all over
Does that
someone's
work?
genitals.
Does
What?
that work? Do I need to go buy some pixie dust and try that and then find attractive females on the street and say, "Hey, is this normal? Will you try this with me?"
Jeez. Okay, so I accidentally on Rooster Teeth, and well, it's not an accident. I always go to Rooster Teeth, and I was like, wait a minute, somebody's speaking and it's another woman. I'm so confused.
Well, who, Barbara?
And yeah, it was
she
Barbara.
works there.
I know. I mean,
They're doing
That
a
might
live
be the
stream.
live stream.
it is live stream. Like, right now, they are going to show spoilers.
Yeah. Oh, I think they already. I don't know. Are they recording
They're
it for a
playing
later
the,
time?
They're playing the backer stream right now. Anybody that
I
doesn't
already
know,
watched that.
anybody that doesn't know, any of our, many, many, many lovely listeners, we are recording this on the same day as the, sponsor laser stream, which is the wonderful voice that Vic is hearing in her head.
Yep.
Don't ruin the magic.
You know what's really terrible too is that I have nothing going on in my life. I'm a boring sack of shit. And all I had going on this weekend was this stream. And I'm like, I can't wait to sit down and enjoy this stream all day. But a few days ago, I was like, hey, I'll try being on your podcast. I'd love to talk to you guys. And you guys are like, okay, sweet. During the one thing you're looking forward to this weekend, we're gonna record.
I mean, you're alright.
That's what we're here for.
To ruin my weekend, thank you.
You're welcome.
I mean, you can watch it while it's going.
Yeah, I guess. It's just, I'd rather complain and make you all feel bad.
To be fair, you're only going to miss, maybe 30 minutes of it if you already saw the backer video they played at the beginning of the stream.
It's true, I did. I backed 10 more. I already backed as much money as I possibly could, and then they're like, oh, $10 to enter for a paid trip down to Austin to visit the studio, and I'm like, well, shit. That's where I
Then
got
Lindsay
so...
Lohan just walks in and steals your ticket.
I should have waited to
Yeah, she
donate.
donates and she wins.
Well, the truth is, I mean, I already donated a substantial amount of money, and I'm already going down to Austin once, visit the studio. But yeah, figured, hey, I'll do it again.
Wait. Well, how much did you donate?
I donated a lot more than I care to admit.
Which perk?
I'm
69,000.
I'm going to be I got the perk to help produce and read a new segment for the No.
Oh, that's pretty
Nice.
cool.
Oh, sweet.
Wow.
A lot of
If-
money.
Yeah,
I was
I know.
impressed with my contribution, which was like $300. You just
Yeah, I'm.
Wow, you guys
I haven't even
got money for
contributed yet
these.
because I have no money.
Well,
And
shame
my
on
counter
you.
is still at 0.
There you go.
I'm struggling with team sales.
The struggle's real.
I'm struggling.
Yeah, it's like
Struggle.
I want to buy a game,
You make
but
it
I'm
sound like
waiting
you
until
have
it
some
goes
horrible
to a flash
disease.
sale.
Oh my
Well,
god.
speaking
I
No,
get it
of
under
Steam
control,
sales.
man. I can stop whenever I want.
yeah,
I
well,
just
the
got
thing is,
Borderlands 2 on Steam because it was on sale. Been playing that for the
I
past
don't-
couple days.
I play maybe 1 to 2 video games a year, honestly. The Steam sale doesn't appeal to me.
I am just opening up Steam. I shall see.
See, now
the
you've
sun.
reminded her, and now she's not going to talk to us in the podcast.
Okay.
We're just going to hear, oh my god, and whoa, every time she sees a deal on a dang game she likes.
That's
Well, no, here's the
amazing.
thing. I've actually been gone in Lake Chelan, which is
You should have stayed there.
I should have actually. I love it there. It's this massive lake in eastern, kind of a little over into eastern Washington where I live. And
Thank you for clarifying that the lake was a lake.
yes, and I kid you not, I just got home and we just backed in our trailer and I walked through my door 15 minutes before we started recording, and then I was like, oh shit, I got 15 minutes. So I messaged everybody and I'm like, I got 15 minutes. I wonder if my mom will let me record. She's like, yes. So that's why I'm here. So this is my first time actually sitting down at my computer in like a week and a half.
Oh my god, she's missed the internet. I actually had my
I
cable.
do miss the internet.
My freaking Comcast. I've had 2 terrible customer service experiences in the last week. Comcast, there was a truck outside my house working on one of our neighbors. I live in a condo complex, so we're all connected to the same box outside. He's working on the box. All of a sudden, all of our service shut off. Phone, cable, internet. I've got nothing, and then he leaves. So clearly they just unplugged us for some reason or by mistake, which is what happened. And then I had to wait days for them to fix it. And I didn't know what happened on the internet for a few days.
It's always the worst.
The struggle is real.
And of course,
Yes!
guess what? So I go and I buy The Sims a couple weeks ago, and fucking it's for $6 now. Fuck
wanna
my
know-
life.
I
wonder
did
what
the
happened to me
same thing
last
last week.
My life.
Last
Solution,
year when
don't buy
The
Xbox
Sims.
started doing not Steam sales, but I think they started doing their Games for Gold sales. I bought Borderlands 2 2 weeks. I bought it for $30 2 weeks before they gave it away for free, and I just flipped my shit.
The sequel?
You flipped your shit?
I flipped my shit.
I never
went into the
understood that
toilet with a
term.
spatula.
I don't. Exactly. I never understood that term. It makes absolutely no sense.
He actually took a shit and he flipped it.
Exactly.
It's just flipping your shit.
But all you do,
Was it a backflip?
But
or
if you were to
front
flip a shit, all you would have
Front
is the
flip for
same
style,
shit,
yo.
just a little bit more mushed.
Exactly.
It doesn't make any logical sense.
You know what?
You gotta go for that mushy mush.
Just don't think about it. Just go with it. Just go with it. That's what I do, man.
I'm not gonna go with that.
gotta
If somebody
go with
comes
the
up to me
flow.
and goes, "Hey, want to flip a shit?" I'm not gonna go, "Yeah, sure. That sounds like a fun adventure."
You should.
Why don't you pop one out while I'll get the spatula from my kitchen?
I'm still really mad
Some
because
people
I
get into
got
Pixie
Sims
Berry.
plus. I got Sims 3 plus pets for $34 bucks, and now
not
it's
the pets
$11.89.
expansion.
Now
Oh,
it's
I would say-
$11. I'm
My-
so mad.
First world problems. My
Yes,
my
and I
video
don't care.
games on my nice computer are too expensive.
Exactly.
Woe
This
is
is
me.
a problem.
Ugh, God, you're awful. You know
Oh,
the worst.
shut up.
You know what the worst thing is too?
Fuck
not
you.
not having cable,
He's-
phone, or
he's-
internet. I'm very news oriented. I follow the news very closely. I'm very into all that. So I was worried that I was becoming dumber by not having my stuff for a few days and not being caught up to date. But I realize now that as soon as I got it back, the first thing I did was come onto the internet to record this podcast with you people. And I'm starting to realize this is
You
actually much
people.
worse. This is actually much worse.
What do you
I feel
mean,
my
you
IQ
people?
I'm just
That's
saying.
racist.
Well, you know, I mean, it's a fun podcast. I'm not saying
We're
anything
not-
negative. I'm just saying we're not going to
He's
solve
saying
the.
everything negative.
I'm not
So
saying-
We are
trying
not
to
from
keep
I'm
it
just
Antarctica.
saying we're talking about silly stuff. We're not going to solve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict over the course of
That's
this
not the
podcast. Is all I'm saying.
plan.
I know it's not the plan. I'm just
That
saying.
is not fucking
Listen, no,
plan.
I think I figured it out.
What
I
did you
think it's-
figure out?
I think it's
Figured
because I'm
everything out.
Latin.
That is it. I don't. The way you talk is funny to me. Like the way whenever you people add extra syllables
You
to things,
people
like you
again.
said.
You people.
That sounded incredibly racist.
That is so racist.
Shift a key. You said shift a key before, and
Do
I'm
you
like,
realize that
there's
like
two syllables, not three.
you're just
You
digging
goddamn Eskimos.
yourself a hole the more you talk.
I already figured I'm not going to be invited back, so I might as well just say what I want at this.
Hey guys,
YOLO.
guys, write him off. Just no, never again.
Just like
Never
my audio.
again.
Never.
With the magic of
Word
editing,
document.
everything is possible.
I can
Select
already
all
see the
delete.
notepad. I can already see the notepad you're taking notes on. Is that for possible candidates? Like candidate 1, extreme racist.
yeah, pretty much.
Have him back. No, I hate all races equally. If that makes you feel any better.
That's actually the best comeback I've ever heard for that. Like, I hate all races equally, so it's
Here.
okay.
I'm not
Seriously,
racist. I just hate everyone.
that's exactly. It's fair.
Just
I
I-
feel like that's fair enough.
I truly have no I live in a really wealthy, well-educated white area in freaking Connecticut in Fairfield County, one of the richest counties in the country. So
Oh, God.
I'm surrounded by spoiled
Joe,
white people who've
badass
never
over
worked a
here.
day in their exactly. I'm spoiled by a bunch of rich white people who've never worked a day in their lives, but very well educated. So there's very little racism, homophobia, etc. around here. So I've become so accustomed to like making jokes about all races. Homophobic, not in a serious sense, but I'll say anything for a laugh, even if it's absolutely horrible. And I forget sometimes, like I'll travel somewhere and I'll make a really insensitive joke about black people, like in the South, and people give me the dirtiest looks. Like, you know, that's still a problem down here, right?
That's actually kind of funny because where I went to college, it was extremely liberal, like very politically correct. And then for 6 years, I worked at a very not redneck, but more of a country poor end of the area. So like, I worked at a private golf, but everybody I worked with was very blue collar. So there was a lot of racist jokes, a lot of those type of jokes going around. So I'd spend an entire summer with them, and then I would go back up to this very liberal college and just be like, I have no idea what I'm doing now. And I'd make some really asshole statements, and they'd be all like, oh, you, and I'm like, oh, I actually didn't mean to say that. I'm gonna go now.
To me, it just, especially with the issues of racism, or more modern issue that we're fighting now with LGBT rights and whatnot. The opposition is so absurd to me. I don't know how else to talk about these issues without just making absolutely horrific jokes about them because it is just so absurd.
Anyway.
I've been trying to change the subject to something more positive, and you people are just leaving me strangling talking about this issue. It's change the subject, please. I'm inviting you to do it. You're like, don't talk about religion or politics. I'm trying. Help me.
So the Italian mafia is now excommunicated from the Catholic.
God.
It's just
By
very
the way,
interesting.
shout out to Al Pacino.
It's funny because I truly bear no ill will towards any religion. I just like everything else, I just find them all equally stupid. So it just becomes a giant mock fest to me. It's nothing personal.
Well, not technically talking about religion, but not really. I think that the new Pope guy, he's a pretty cool guy.
He's awesome.
He just doesn't care.
I love him.
He
really doesn't.
Oh, hey, gays, you're pretty cool. Hey, you want me to ride this bulletproof Popemobile? Screw that. Ain't
Yeah,
nobody got time for
honestly.
that.
He's very much like for the people and very much of like what the church originally started and like what it was supposed to be, and he's just
I just have the feeling
No, it's
that,
not.
like,
He's the total opposite of what the Catholic Church was supposed to be. Have you read
no,
the Bible?
he's not.
Have you read the Bible?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
All right, well, you said it, not me.
You guys want to hear something disgusting?
Yes.
it needs to be Pokemon
that
bestiality
disgusting.
level. derail this.
I love
It's because-
Pokemon, and I love Pokemon, and I love fucking animals. So let's do it.
Cool. It's none of that.
I feel like we should
But
introduce
you
him to
are
Spencer.
going to love one of our episodes. Anyway, so I was messing around with my cell phone while I'm talking to you guys, and my cell phone is like one of those early touchscreen models,
Right.
and it comes with one of those sticks, pens, whatever the fuck those are, you know?
Stylus.
No, actually, but okay.
Yeah, it's stylus.
Stylus.
And it's detachable.
Sticks.
Whatever.
The sticks that come with your phone.
Yeah. And-
They made a mistake and sent me a stick bug instead. I don't know what to do now.
I detached it, and it's like a part of it was kind of like it had this weird stuff around it, like I don't know what it is, dust or whatever. And so I went to remove it, and now it doesn't want to get off my finger. It's like
Very
cool
confused.
or whatever.
Soap.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I need to wash my hands after this.
It's probably jizz. Just gonna say that. We had some technical difficulties.
We
Where did
did
we leave
With-
off? We left off with bestiality and Pokemon getting our fingers stuck in places they shouldn't. That's what I remember.
Right back to it. You were saying something
Just
about
for
a
the
lightning
records.
storm, Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lightning storm. God, there was a lightning storm down here. There was a lightning storm down here about a couple of hours ago, and I swear to God, a lightning bolt hit like right outside my house, just a couple feet away, and I nearly died. But I'm alive.
You should have jumped into it.
Don't be a drama queen. You didn't die.
You should you should have tried.
It
to-
was
you
actually like a mile away.
Yeah, wow. You should have tried and jumped into the lightning bolt, because sometimes that gives people superhero powers, and statistically, it hasn't happened yet in the real world, so statistically speaking, we're probably due for that to happen, for it to create
How
a
many
superhero.
people have you
So,
murdered suggesting that to them?
look,
12.
those records were...
They're owned by DC now.
Yeah, there
Did
have
you
been.
check to see if you could find like Thor or at least the Mjolnir, whatever the fuck that's?
There was actually.
I mean, I didn't.
There was like a crazy last year in Florida, which this summer is starting to look like it's kind of like that. There were some crazy rainstorms, and at one point my power kept going out every couple of minutes. And at one point I just made an angry post on like every site I could go on, like "Fuck you, Thor, leave me alone." Like, it
No,
was
but
ridiculous.
The thing I've learned about Florida though is that the weather is the same every other week. One week it's going to be sunny as hell, and then the next week it's going to be raining cats and dogs. You know,
Well, hey, but if
There's
it rains
one
cats and
super
dogs,
hot-
you can get a puppy.
or a kitten because I'm
Nice
allergic to dogs.
They might be squished or dead, but...
I've always thought it really ironic that Florida is one, the Sunshine State, but it's also the
No,
lightning
it
capital
is
of
the-
the world.
No, it's shaped appropriately like a dick, the dick of America.
Well, I
Wow.
mean, there's no
You
knowledge.
really hate Florida.
It's a pretty bad state.
Just hold on. To our listeners from Florida and TJ, you were included. We apologize.
We're gonna
Him.
start issuing apologies. We need to start issuing apologies. Florida is the least thing I've offended this podcast. We need to apologize to Florida, black people, you name it.
We didn't even mention black people.
Yes, I did.
We did.
You don't want to just let that one slide. You're just dragging yourself down.
Yeah. Well,
Huh.
Anyway,
I have a funny story. It has nothing to do with racism.
ooh, this should be good.
Okay, go on.
Everyone's just like, we.
Do we let him try again?
It's actually pedophilia.
It's some other horrible issue. No, so I said I had a horrible customer service for the Comcast because they obviously just cut off my stuff by mistake and then expected. Then I was out without it for a few days, and then we had to pay for them to hook up with a unplugged for no reason. Had a worse customer service experience with United States Postal Service. They decided, which is funny, because my father works for them, so I actually got special treatment even with that connection, and it still sucked. I bought something on eBay. It was a $400 item, and somehow, first of all, it took 3 days to get out of Texas, which makes no sense. Then it finally, after years later, after it was already supposed to be delivered, got to this place, the place a little bit north of me in Massachusetts, where all packages in my county get processed through. And then it's about an hour and a half drive to my post office, where they'll be delivered the next day after they leave that sorting facility. Well, they left that sorting facility about a half away in the morning, meaning my package will usually get delivered that day. Never showed up. 4 days go by. Package is nowhere to be found. My $400 package is nowhere to be found, right? Finally shows up. Guess where?
Where?
Florida.
Texas.
Jersey City. They drove 2 hours to me, and then 2 hours. They literally went right by me. They probably went on my road and drove right by me with my package and drove it to Jersey City.
Why? Wait, why did they drive at Jersey City?
Oh, they don't fucking know. They're just like, it's your fault. You chose the slowest shipping method, which I didn't. I actually paid for the shipping method, but the asshole on eBay decided he wanted to save a few bucks, so he's getting negative feedback. And so
they probably just drove by your
Oh God,
house.
no.
They drove by your house, they looked at the schedule, and were like, we're getting paid by the hour. Let's just drive to Jersey City.
Oh, right, but the best thing is, it gets better than that.
Oh God.
Today, it was finally got to my post office, and it was out for delivery. And I'm like, praise be unto Muhammad, or whichever fictional deity you prefer. And we get the package out for delivery. Early in the morning, it says attempted delivery, right? No attempted delivery was made. I was literally sitting by the door in dead silence reading, so there's no way I could have missed it, right? No knock on the door, like, oh, well, for information on your package, please check the notification of attempted delivery. There was no notification of attempted delivery in my mailbox or at my door. So I call the post office, and they're like, I don't know, we're closed. So,
That's
The Illuminati took
very
it.
So
unfortunate.
basically, every organization involved in mailing just said, fuck you.
yeah, pretty much. My father's been working there for 25 years, and he hates it. He knows the whole thing's horrible.
Ugh, that
So I
really
had
sucks.
like a similar thing happen to me.
I'm very sorry.
Very
yeah,
sorry.
but it wasn't like that expensive.
Except it was with strippers.
Or some $20 sex
Maybe.
Are
toy.
you mailing strippers again, Luis?
Shut up, TJ.
No, you
We
have
don't
to
talk
ship,
about that.
Are
yeah,
past me.
you have to ship
Okay.
freight, and it's really expensive.
It's the illegal
and it's
ones.
just
It's
They-
legal in this state. Not
we're
really.
okay.
Shut
You're
up.
wait. Before we continue, I just want to point something out. You people keep getting mad at me because I am talking about all these saying all these offensive things, and then you start talking about basically trading illegal sex slaves in the United
Because I'm not
States
being
and mailing
serious.
them, and nobody bats an eye.
Oh, I'm not upset at you. I'm encouraging this. This is awesome.
Anyway, let me get back to the point.
The link dump for this is going to be great.
Oh yeah, and
If
I
you
do
didn't
the
know,
link
it's actually
shitter.
called the link shitter.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Pornhub.com.
I never noticed that.
Anyway,
Pornhub.com.
Can we get a link to that?
We're not linking
No.
it because you said it.
No,
Please.
we're not linking Pornhub.
Well, what if we do like one of
Maybe
those
presents,
weird
if
fantasy
you're lucky.
ones about the prostitutes? That's what we were talking about. I volunteer to do the research and find the link.
It's just roleplay.
Of course you do.
Yeah, I don't want our podcast to get flagged by YouTube, so that's
We're
a
gonna stop
no.
talking about what we can't talk about porn.
Well, depends on what you mean by talk about porn.
Well,
Do we get
listen,
into details,
having
or
this
do we just mention it?
I was having this
Black
conversation
bitches.
with my
Well,
coworkers
first,
yesterday.
hold on. Luis never did his story.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
about the
yeah,
illegal
yeah,
slavery.
everybody
kept
Please
interrupting
continue.
him.
Well, I don't care what he has to say.
Well, that's very polite.
Well, it wasn't meant to be polite.
Anyway,
Just tell your story, Jesus, you people.
You people. Just
Go!
You know
talk! Why every time I say talk, there's just an awkward
know what?
silence. Tell your
You guys-
story.
You guys remember Pongo? I feel like
Yes.
Pongo now. I feel like you need a flyer, like a paper teaching how to live with coworkers from different places. I know the struggle, Pongo. I know the struggle.
The struggle
Wait,
is
I
real.
thought your story was about mailing.
Pongo.
Yeah, we still haven't heard the story, and I'm kind of
I thought it
annoyed.
was about strippers.
Stop talking so I can tell my story. And then nothing. We get no story. I have a story.
Yeah, no. So I was waiting for the results of a test I made, and it was like an important test I had to take in order to do some stuff for uni and etc. And so it's a very expensive test. I'm sorry, I'm trying to gather my bearings here.
We can tell.
And it's like a very expensive test. And they didn't send me the results because they have a paper result and an online result. And the online result is there. It's okay. It's fine. But they didn't send me the paper scores. And I waited for like 2 or 3 months when the time limit is like 3 weeks or so.
2 or
Or
3
like-
months?
Yeah, it's because when it's international shipping, it takes a long time, according to them. So I had to send like emails and stuff, but things worked out in the end. They are sending me a new result, see if that arrives at my home. So hopefully it will work.
Hopefully
And,
they're not sending it through the postal service.
Hopefully they're
Well-
not sending in strippers.
Why would you
Well-
hope for that not to happen?
maybe like complimentary strippers. I don't
Because
know.
like
As an
Because they have
apology,
these-
they'll
You
send
get
you
delivered a
strippers.
stripper.
they have
These
these
four
tiny little
results.
boxes. They have to fit them in somehow. You know, they gotta like chop up the
No,
limbs and all.
no,
and
they ship them freight.
Oh, Lord.
Freight
they gotta
shipping.
chop up the boobs.
They can stand
Chunks
up and
of dead
together in a
prostitute.
box.
Oh, no.
What? Oh, jeez.
All right. So, did you guys get anything from the Steam sale? Going back to that subject.
Nope.
Well, I already said that I got
Anarchy.
Borderlands 2.
Oh yeah, you got Borderlands. Do you plan on getting anything?
No.
I
got
have to
Borderlands.
relook and see what they have. Personally, oh my god.
If I
Yeah,
got
like-
if I get more money, I want to get the Gary's mod.
You know why I'm not
Uh,
even looking at the Steam sale? Because last year I spent a ridiculous amount of money on all sorts of games. And you know how many of them I played?
None.
2.
0. Absolutely none.
Oh.
Not a single one,
I was close.
to be fair. Oh,
Heck, are you okay?
are you having a stroke?
Sorry, I'm playing
Are you?
fucking bastard. I'm playing Lego Star Wars. I'm stuck.
The
I-
best. Wait, which
You're
one?
playing Lego Star Wars.
I'm
That's the best Lego
You're so
game.
focused.
I am.
It-
Obviously, I'm playing the Elite series, so it's
Good.
the one with all
Good.
all
That's the
6
best.
movies.
That's the best Lego game.
And I'm stuck, and I have no idea where I'm supposed to go right now.
You're
so I'm-
stuck on a Lego game. You are. Oh,
Yeah, I get
Vic.
stuck on a Lego game every once in a while. I'm not
Vic,
sure
Vic,
where I
Vic.
need to go. But
Use the Force.
I'm trying to. It's not working.
God damn it!
Dude, I'm playing as Anakin Skywalker in the second movie. Like,
Wow.
we now
you're like
know
the
this
chosen
is
one and you
all
can't
not
do
gonna go
shit.
over. Well, he is a whiny
That's-
little bastard.
It
So
sounds like
yeah,
a
nothing's gonna.
metaphor.
You're at that point in the story where everything's gonna start not going well for everybody.
yeah, pretty much.
Hey,
You
no
know,
Jar
it's-
Jar Binks.
That's true.
There's actually an achievement for killing him 20 times.
There is. Yep, there is. It's one of my
There-
favorite
God damn it, Jar
achievements
Jar.
ever.
I went through the achievements where I really started playing, and
You know something I never... Like, I'm a diehard Star Wars fan. That $400 item I was talking about that was lost in the mail is a Star Wars item. I collect Star Wars memorabilia. I'm a massive fan. I didn't think Jar Jar was the end of the world.
No, he wasn't.
I don't mind him. I like the prequels.
I do too, and I mean, they had their problems, but there are also some really great things in there. And they had capable actors. When the actors were given good material, they typically made it work. But the problem with Episode 1 for me was the kid actor they used was just horrible.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? It wasn't the kid actor. I mean, he's like, what was he, like 10? No matter which 10-year-old you put in there, they're not like a Juilliard grad, you know? It all depends on the directing. A director has to tell them to speak a certain way and do things to either make it an annoying kid or a good kid in a movie. And George Lucas is just a terrible director.
Yeah, I think it was the one mistake for the prequels was he directed it. But,
oh, yeah.
You know, I personally love the prequels. I think they're fun movies. The only one I have a hard time watching through the whole entire film is Episode 2. I struggle so hard to finish that movie. I usually I skip until the point they get Geonosis, and then I watch it from Geonosis on. Like I can't,
which is epic.
Stands, like,
come on, Kamino is pretty badass.
Oh yeah, Kamino. Well, anything with Obi-Wan Kenobi for me is like best thing ever.
The only thing I don't like about Episode 2, Obi-Wan Kenobi, is his mullet. Like,
the mullet.
That just drives me crazy. I can't take him seriously. It's like he's being all serious and badass, and then he just has a mullet.
I don't know. He got rid of it. God.
You know what? My only problem with Episode 2 was just George Lucas. I mean, his writing. I mean, he's got Natalie Portman's a fantastic act. The guy who did Anakin could have been a better choice, but either way, the writing was just bad. I mean, the whole movie was a love story, and the love story didn't work a lot of the time. And sometimes, I mean, there were some great scenes with them.
If you think about it.
There were some really great... No, it's okay. There were some really great scenes with, though. Like that scene on Geonosis when they're about to be executed. Great. But for every one of those scenes you get a scene of, oh, the sand is so rough and coarse.
Well, the thing is that he did the Han Solo and Leia romance just fine. Like, I didn't find any problems with that, but...
Right.
That one kind of didn't feel rushed though, because it kind of was developed through 3 movies, whereas Episode 1 and 2, it's like, oh, this little kid likes this teenage girl. That makes complete.
Right.
That's not weird at all. And then like the next movie,
it was
they're
actually
both the
like
same age
much.
Somehow.
It was pretty much Episode 2, because Episode 1 he's still like, are you an angel? And that's it. And then Episode 2, they fall in love and they get married and all that shit.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert, but it's an old movie. And then Revenge of the Sith, it's like the best movie of the prequels, and shit just goes down.
Yeah,
I watched the movie nearly 100 times, and I'm not shitting you. Well, I had the number written down, but I lost it.
One of the reasons why I love like animated show is because it kind of fills in those gaps, and it gives you it doesn't make the relationship feel as rushed. Like it's still like a super cheesy relationship, but I take that relationship from the Clone Wars series over Episode 2.
You want to know how much I hate the Clone Wars
Anakin
series?
Skywalker. Wait, what?
I hate that show more than words can describe. That show is a disgrace to the franchise in so many ways. I can't begin to count them. Because, look, Star Wars is one of the only franchises that's always had a completely cohesive canon. Everything was canon. Books, for the most part. Obviously, sometimes they had to make exceptions, but almost everything was canon. Books, comics, everything intertwined, and there were all these stories intertwined over hundreds of years. And you would have a reveal about a character in a story taking place 100 years after they were last featured in something, and it was all fascinating how everything intertwined, and it was a great big universe full of great characters. There are expanded universe stories I like more than the movies, and the Clone Wars was the time there were contradictions, major ones that couldn't be rectified.
Then I guess you hit
I liked the Clone Wars at first. The problem was the stories that they were and because the Clone Wars takes precedence, as George Lucas said so, because he worked on it. The problem was the stories in the Clone Wars, as fun as they were still very juvenile and childish. And I was upset that people working at Lucasfilm now think that those inferior stories, as fun as they may be, should take precedence over the work that came in the franchise before it that was often superior.
Did you finish the entire series?
Yes, I did.
Because
then I guess you hit the plot line.
Towards the last couple of seasons, those stories got very dark and very serious. Like they weren't.
Yeah, some of them did.
And throughout the entire series, I thought that for a kids show, it was very there was a lot of like mature material in there that I'm like, they let kids watch this.
No, I agree that it was very mature in places, but the stories themselves were very simple and lacked the depth that show replaced my favorite Star Wars story ever told. That show made my favorite Star Wars story ever told no longer canon, and that really upset me. Asajj Ventress is my favorite Star Wars character ever. But what you would know from this show is her character is absolutely nothing like she's portrayed in this Clone Wars show, and they totally destroyed her entire story, which was absolutely perfect and beautifully done. And her relationship with Dooku is fascinating, and that's why Dooku is one of my favorite Star Wars characters, which he wasn't developed well enough in the movies, but outside of those, in the expanded universe, he's definitely one of the more interesting characters in Star Wars. So I guess that's why I still have a soft spot for Episode 2, despite its problems.
That, like, if you compare the character development in the Clone Wars to, like... Because what I did while I was watching the Clone Wars was pretty much the whole time I had Wikipedia open, and anytime they mentioned something that I didn't entirely know about, I would just, like, type that person's name into Wikipedia, look it up, and I would pretty much read the whole thing, short of actual spoilers for the show. And I think that doing that was enough to, like, pass on it, because, like, you look at all the stuff that the characters are doing, Ventress and Dooku, and it's like, they're doing bad things in the show, but, you know, their backstories are still there.
I suppose, but the really fascinating thing with Ventress was not her backstory per se, because the backstory remained pretty similar. The problem with Ventress was that the interest in her came during her time during the Clone Wars, that when she's involved in the conflict, because her and Obi-Wan's relationship is fascinating. They totally become obsessed with each other, and their relationship it's just no, it's not romantic. The funny thing is, it's not romantic at all.
We now know who Obi-Wan's daughter is.
It's very sinister and very the obsession, the lengths that Obi-Wan goes. I mean, Obi-Wan gets people killed looking for her, and I just thought dead enemy combatant at one point, and he's just unapologetically like trying to save her, and he even has to guilt Anakin into helping him, and it's just it's one of those things. My favorite types of stories are about two people, like they're dynamic. Damages is my favorite TV show of all time. It's about Glenn Close and Rose Byrne's characters' relationship. It's about their development of their work relationship. And I think the Obi-Wan Asajj Ventress Dooku story would make, in the Clone Wars, not the TV show, their original story would make a great movie trilogy that would absolutely blow the prequels out of the water. And because it's not mainstream like the Clone Wars, it would be new to audiences. You'd be exposing them to a really great story in the Star Wars universe in an era that people have dismissed. And I think it could revitalize the franchise in a different way than just trying to build off the same old crap, like making a Han Solo movie and a Boba Fett movie like they're doing now. Do something different that's going to surprise people and tell a good story, not because it's popular, but because it's good.
And some say the story between Dooku, Ventress, and Obi-Wan would also make a really good Rule 34 movie, so that's a thing. Also, Boba Fett movie for the win.
Jesus.
And Nick, you wanted to say something? Go ahead.
Can I just say that when you said Count Dooku, I immediately thought of Dracula.
Nice.
Good.
Count.
His name is different in Portuguese. At least Brazilian Portuguese. Yeah. His name is actually like Count Dukan. Because Dooku, because in Portuguese, Count Dooku would sound awfully something like
Dookie?
No, like asshole.
Wait, I was waiting for the poop joke. I was just waiting for somebody to take the plunge.
Like Count Dooku,
the plunge.
It would be like Count of the Anus or something like that, in a really rude way. So they decided to rename him Count Dukan, or
just call him Darth Tyrannus. Save yourself some trouble.
Well, but he doesn't really use that name much.
Well, no, because he didn't want anybody to know he was a Sith. So
he just
walking around with your
saber.
Yeah, well, that was after though. He was working behind the scenes for years. Is the point? I mean, he revealed himself as a Sith at that point. I'm pretty sure if you're trying to hide the fact you're a Sith, it's not a good idea to walk around using your Sith name. Just my thoughts. I don't know about you guys.
And also, have you guys ever noticed how Tyrannus sounds like Tyrannus? Anyway,
nope, never noticed that.
No, because we don't say Tyrannus.
I know.
We speak English here.
I try to change. Anyway, since we're trying to keep this one a little short today because of stuff, Do you guys mind starting the questions now?
Sure.
All
Alright.
Questions.
What questions?
Oh yeah, we do have questions.
I don't know what we're doing.
And they're all about squirrels banging. I'm just kidding.
Don't know what's happening.
Okay, so here's how it works, Swift. We ask the audience to ask us questions, and we answer them. It's really that simple.
All right, let's do it.
So, this one is by Sunny88P, and he asks, "Are you good at keeping secrets? What's the biggest secret? What's the biggest secret you are keeping right now?"
Well,
See what you did there, Sonny.
I see what you
hate
did
to
there.
explain this to you.
See what you
Okay.
did there, and it's not half, buddy.
Okay, I've got it. Yes. Well, no. I'll be honest. No, I am not good at keeping secrets, and the biggest secret I'm currently keeping is that TJ is a closeted homosexual.
Well, fuck
So there
you.
you have it. Well, no. You see, there's proof. He just asked
I
me to have
mean-
sex with him. There we go.
You could have very well, and I would totally accept that. And if you wanted to answer like, "That's not what your mom said last night, TJ," that would have been okay. You would have been justified.
Well, just
I-
cut
I-
this
I
whole
don't-
little part out and
I
have that
don't-
sound like you said something clever.
I don't have this like thing that goes on in my brain where I just automatically go to insult people. Okay.
We just
Can I
assume
just
we just assume you don't have anything going on in your brain. So I just,
I just got the greatest idea. Anytime anybody says anything offensive on the podcast, you should just like write over that piece of audio with text to speech.
Oh, like the Microsoft voice?
Yeah, like did you see the that one space let's play that the Achievement Hunter guys did? The entire time they were just writing in the chat, and the chat would just like speak out loud like that.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. I know
Mhm.
it.
Just rewrite that with like
I got
some
you.
sort of like backhanded compliment or something. I don't know.
All right. Well,
Right.
We'll keep that in mind.
any of you
We
guys?
should, though. That sounds fun.
It sounds shitty, but
am I the only one
if
who's
you
going to
hear
answer
it-
that question?
I just said, like, I see what you did there, Sonny.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh.
And
yes, I am
that-
good
that
at
is
keeping
my
secrets,
answer.
but I'm not
Okay, that's
saying
fair.
which one.
Well, you know, the thing is, like, I'm not. This is my first time on this podcast. None of these people asking these questions care what I answer with, so I just assumed that one of you guys might want to jump in with yours.
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
then.
So, this one was sent by TDBTyler, and he asks, actually, it's like a, well, okay, we'll do both questions. If the cast of the current podcast was in the middle of a zombie invasion, who do you think would be the first to get zombified?
Oh,
Me.
jeez. Who do you think?
Swift.
The fat 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What?
I just love how
Wait.
you just were like, fat 15-year-old. Like,
Which
No
which one of
question.
us is the fat 15-year-old?
me.
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 Oh. Oh, I see. You all are. Well, this is awkward.
You're all fat and we're all 15 years old. That's why we're on the internet.
We all turn simultaneously.
We're all neckbeards.
Oh, jeez. I would die first.
Okay.
I'm so
yeah.
not resourceful or athletic. I would just be totally useless.
I'm clever, but I'm definitely not fit for anything because I
Yeah.
spend like all of my time on the computer. So,
We're the same way then, but we're not going to be able to like snark at the zombies' death. I don't think I don't think they respond to sarcasm.
I've shot a gun once, and that's it.
I've never even done that.
And it was a Nerf gun.
I'm so pale. I don't go outside enough. I'm not athletic. I sweat if I go for a mile walk, and I get sunburned if I walk to get out to my mailbox. So it's really not a good idea for me to be in an apocalypse scenario. In fact, if I am, I would insist that you just use me as food and eat me so you can all survive, because I'm dead anyway.
Girl.
See, whenever I hear that, I don't think of The Walking Dead. I don't like that show. I think of llamas with hats.
I don't like it either. That's why I'm making fun.
Have you seen llamas with hats?
I've seen llamas with hats. I've seen all 5 of
Yeah.
them.
The llamas
It's
with hats is
amazing.
my favorite thing ever.
All right.
Carl, you can't eat people.
I guess I'll agree with Chris. He would die first because I like these people's
You're the
meat
least
shields.
important member of this group, so you're dead first. You're the first
Yeah.
sacrifice. the, new,
Sacrifice.
the
Just,
new
like,
guy
strap
We
dies
you-
cut
first.
off his
strap you
face
on the
and
front
attach
of
it
a
to a
car.
balloon.
You can make an effigy out of me.
Sweet. art. Anyway,
That's art to you. Do you see a picture of an effigy and go, "Wow, I really see what they were trying to do with this. I really get the message."
I think this is about the human struggle for survival. Yeah, and the second part of Tyler's question is, who do you think would survive the longest in such a situation?
Me.
Personally, if there's ever a
Or eat
zombie
them.
apocalypse or any sort of apocalypse, I have a grand
Which there will be,
plan
come
to get
on.
a group of people to start a colony and just be the most badass survivors out there. You know?
I think if a zombie
you guys
apocalypse
are-
ever does ensue, we'll employ the Gus Sorolla retirement technique.
Nah,
Which
fuck
was-
that.
Refresh my memory.
Shotgun to the
Shotgun.
face.
Shotgun
I
retirement.
remember that
Jesus.
story. That was great.
You know what, Vic?
Yes.
We should form a zombie survival team, like Teams Love Tea, and like we'll try to survive and find survivors, and you'll be
Okay.
You'll be the head
You-
of tea.
We,
I'll
we
be the
all
head
meet at the
of,
halfway
like,
point
The head of
between
tea.
everywhere we live.
Sloughing.
Yeah, which is where exactly? Where do we all live?
Not even
Earth.
close.
Florida for the win.
What?
Damn
Goddamn.
it.
I don't want to
Earth,
travel towards
and
the Peak
that's
of America.
enough.
Texas,
Close
Texas
enough.
seems like it's the middle because it's like halfway to Brazil or something.
Halfway to the Brazil.
Or something.
It's
I'm
not
just gonna
halfway
point-
to Brazil, but it's closer
That's
than
not
like
fucking
anywhere
halfway.
in the US.
Halfway would
We
be
can
like
see what happened to the Rooster
Central
Teeth
America.
offices.
It's closer. It's
I'm just-
closer than like anywhere in the U.S.
You know what? We go to Panama. We get a boat, and it's cool.
We'll just live on the boat.
And Vic, you bring all the tea you can. So,
Okay.
so
Can I
Be like
we
the
are
Dawson
justified by
Boston
our
Tea
team
Party
name.
again?
Can I bring all the swag?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Shut-
sure.
Shut the
Only
fuck up.
swag. We'll kill zombies with swag.
You know what a nerd I am?
Spurs,
You know what?
Spurs swag.
You know what a complete nerd I am is that the concept of a zombie apocalypse is only interesting to me because I want to think of all the international problems that, like, all the things that would change. Like, I want to know what would happen to Jerusalem if there was a zombie apocalypse. I want to
build
see.
a wall.
I want to see how it would
There will
affect all of that.
probably be free shipping to Jerusalem, and well, like everywhere
I know
else.
one thing: Madagascar would close their borders.
Yeah, they always do in pandemic. It's so annoying.
Why?
If you
Because
Somebody's
start
in
on
Brazil.
fucking
Because they-
Madagascar, you never get to them.
just because they like to
You know
move it.
If you
Get it?
start, if you start in Madagascar, you're fucked too, because then it's like, oh, trapped in
The
Madagascar.
lion would eat you. If a
Alright,
zombie
anyway,
apocalypse ever did ensue, probably would just try to have the most fun with it. Like what's that new Xbox One game? Sunset Overdrive.
Let's
like
have
that.
fun with all the death and destruction around us.
Hey,
I don't.
just real quick, I think we need to wrap this up because my internet's acting up.
Okie doke.
All right.
All right, so
Okay.
yeah, and I need to leave soon. So that's a wrap,
Do a quick
everyone.
question for the audience.
Oh yeah, sure. So for Swift, you guys can ask a question for the audience, and they are supposed to answer. So guys, answer. Come on.
Okay.
And
You
I'll
go
ask-
first. Well,
I have a question.
Here's my question. What's your social security number?
Okay.
Is
So what's your social?
07257293.
So everyone.
It's not mine. That's the important thing.
Okay, glad we made that clear. So, everyone, thank you so much for listening. Stay tuned. We don't forget we have episodes every week, released every Sunday, and you can answer the questions for the audience on our RT page. You can ask us questions on and subscribe me and blah 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 blah. So, thank you for listening. See you later. Bye.
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 No, that wasn't a fart noise. I was laughing. It
Bye.
just came out like a fart.
This podcast intro and outro music is provided to us by TDBTyler. You can find him on Rooster Teeth by searching for his name, TDBTyler, and looking for his group, Oh the Humanity, spelled O-H, exclamation point, THECOMMANATEE. You can also find more of his work on YouTube by searching for his channels, The Dropped Banana, all one word, and Oh the Humanity.